Hello, everyone. How are you? It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. And the person doing the seeing and being the seen is me, Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver. Welcome to the show. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful evening. I know I am. Here in just under a half an hour, we're going to be playing some first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons for your entertainment and education. Edutainment, you might call it. By which I mean, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have concerns, please leave them in the comment section and I will try and get to them. Because if you've not played first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons in a minute or two, or ever at all, I don't just endeavor to use this to entertain and flex my mighty GM muscles. Rather, I would like you to maybe learn a little bit about the process yourself, and if you find it interests you, then embrace it and relish it as much as I do. As you might or might not be able to see, I know some of you folks are on mobile, some are on tablets, some are on computers with bad screens. Some of you just might not even care. But I have the new, new to me, Boganora supplied shock mount for my blue snowball. It's now effectively hanging in a nest of bungee cords so that it does not hopefully pick up as much sound of movement should I have to move the mic, and maybe it makes for slightly better audio tones than it normally would have done in the past. So that is something I got up to today. I have not touched the streaming PC hardware, despite the fact that I have a 32 gig RAM kit waiting to go inside it, because frankly, the idea of taking my PC down, even quote unquote hours before a stream, terrifies me. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that over the weekend. So anyway, I hope you're all good. I hope you're all swell. There's a bit of a theme going on in the thumbnail tonight. You see, last night, the fam and I kicked up our heels and watched The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, the Disney animated Legend of Sleepy Hollow from, goodness gracious, I guess the 1940s or 50s, narrated by Bing Crosby, and sung by Bing Crosby as well. So we watched that, and then tonight, as quickly as I got Mrs. the Dungeon Delver home from work, I set about to cooking, and I whipped up a batch of chili, for it is chilly weather, and the kids, they don't much care for that. So I made them spaghetti. And we watched It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, which just fills me with joy. It just I just want to hug it, because, boys and girls, we are starting our attack run on the holidays. We are in the trench. Red 5 standing by, red and green standing by. So I am excited about the upcoming holidays and that sort of thing. But you know what? A little closer, since we gotta use the process. We gotta process think here. A little bit closer to now to think about what we've got going on. Tomorrow night, Kyle Schuant will be here. And if you are new to the show, and by the way, we're at 4954 on the subscriberator count, and that is awesome. We're over the hump, on our way downhill to 5,000, or uphill to 5,000. The graph goes up on the YouTube metrics page, so I guess I should say uphill, but it's cooler to see. I don't know. Pick a direction. You decide. Stop asking me to do all the thinking all the time. Anyway, so we are moving along to 5,000 subscribers. And when we reach 5,000 subscribers, that will be 5,000 people I've suckered into watching this clown show. And won't that be nice? Won't really change anything, but it'll be nice. It's a nice round number, and it'll be interesting to see how the next how fast or slow the next 1,000 comes, and then 1,000 after that, and then 1,000 after that. I would imagine we're probably going to plateau. You know, so those of you who have a suitcase thrown open on your chest of drawers, and you're trying to pick out what outfits you want to wear on what days at the great underground overland gaming convention that we'll have when we hit 10,000 subs, you might want to wait a minute or two on that. But anyway, so yeah, here we are, just chugging right along. And so tomorrow night, Kyle is in the house running some Conflict. Thursday night, if everything goes to plan, Mr. Bob Antone will be in the house, and we're going to talk about spooky Halloween stuff. We're going to look at some things in Dungeons and Dragons, and then we're going to get the cryptid info on a few of those things from Bob, and we're going to talk to him about all kinds of spooky, cool stuff that really, if you're a dungeon master, you should be looking to incorporate things like that into your Halloween-themed games. So don't skip it. And besides, you know what else you'll miss if you skip it? You will miss your chance to hear the latest rendition of Owlbear as performed by Bob and a bunch of the folks in Tinkham Road. That's right. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be good. So there we go. So I'm excited about Thursday. Friday, we will be playing episode 3 of Shocktober's Call of Cthulhu campaign, mini campaign. Something I'm also fairly excited for. Who will survive and what will be left of them? In episode 3, A Death in the Family. So I hope you guys will join us for that. And then we just start the whole thing over Monday, with, of course, a week from this Friday being the conclusion of the ever creepy, ever spooky Call of Cthulhu mini campaign. And then once we are into November, we will return to our regularly scheduled Gamma World. And as we press on through the year, we will see, you know, what we can do as far as you know, content goes. Because guys, when the holiday comes, I want to relax as much as you do. But fear not, there will be fun stuff to come. Fear not, fear not. Well, happy birthday to you, Vaughn. Many happy returns to you. Have I chosen a giant or ogre mage miniature to watch over the elf? I have not. I'll have to look into that. Of course, the scale the little guy is at, a 28 millimeter miniature would be a giant next to him, n'est-ce pas? So anyway, I'm excited about that, and I hope you guys are too. What else is going on? Nothing in the short term, really. Oh, yes. Next Thursday, we do not have a guest next Thursday. Next Thursday is open. And super fan of the show, L, has asked a question of me about experience points and so on. So guess what? We're going to return to our How to Dungeon Master series that we're doing. How to Dungeon Master First Edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And we're going to talk about experience points and the awarding thereof. and the importance of it. And I'll give some examples, and we'll talk about the elegant simplicity of 1 gold piece equals 1 experience point. But that's not all you get experience points for. And remember, just because you have a bunch of numbers written down on your sheet, it doesn't necessarily follow that you're gonna level up. But I'm getting ahead of myself. And I don't want to give anything away because there is much nuance to the topic of experience points in first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And the time to discuss it is not yet upon us. It is not jejune. It is not du jour. It is not salient. So anyway, Damien says, it would be a terrifying encounter. You see an ogre mage wielding a poleaxe, and to his left is his young pet elephant. It could be. It could be. But anyway, as for myself, well, I am dandy. But folks, I do want to remind you that this live stream is brought to you by our friends at Hellebarde Games. Now, let me tell you something. Hellebarde makes the kind of adventures that they'd like to play. Whether it is for Castles and Crusades, 5th edition, or the OSR, Old School is in play at the table with Hellebarde Games. You can find them on DriveThruRPG or on their website, hellebardegames.com. And I recommend you check them out because they have a whole series of awesome modules that you can easily tweak to fit just about whatever flavor of Dungeons and Dragons you'd like to play, or other fantasy games if you're willing to do a little bit more legwork. And speaking of modules, not to distract, to detract, to tesseract from anything that they've got going on over there, those of you who are our Patreon backers at $10 or our YouTube membership level subscribers of $9.99 or more, please attend. Hopefully by the end of this week, the October module will be in your hands, your digital hands. If you want it in your actual hands, you'll have to print out a copy. But that's right. If you support the show on Patreon, as is noted below, or on YouTube memberships, which I think you can access over here, at the $10 level or higher, if you're feeling generous, every month you will receive a first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Adventure module PDF. It's a short form adventure. You know, it's not going to be, you're not going to get Temple of Elemental Evil every month, but what you are going to get every month is a fun and hopefully you think fully playable adventure that is, you know, something you'll enjoy and something you'll find useful at your table every month. And I think it's a darn good value. Matthew Sherman, hello. Good to see you. Let's see. We only need to push to 10K subscribers to get an actual in-person live and in the flesh gaming convention. That's right, Howard. I made a covenant, a contract, bonded in blood. Perhaps not that extreme, but when this channel reaches 10,000 subscribers, if this channel reaches 10,000 subscribers, I should say, let's keep it real. Let's bring it down. Then I will host an in-person gaming convention, not here at my house. No. I will set about to planning some kind of event here in the Orlando area. You will have to fly, drive, train, walk, hitchhike, bicycle, flap your arms, which is a form of flying, swim, if you can find enough water routes, submarine perhaps, sail, motorboat, to the Orlando area and arrange whatever staying arrangements that you wish to do. But that is when we hit 10,000 subs. And that's not, I mean, at the current rate, I'm not being cynical. I'm not baiting you guys. I'm not trying to be ugly about it. At the current rate, that's many years away. And that is assuming that I don't, A, drop dead, B, plateau. Just like, you know, I hit 4,954 subscribers and that's it. Nobody else is interested. Doesn't matter what content I do. That's exactly the level of interest I can do and still be a first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons primarily live stream YouTube channel. And if that's the case, so be it. We'll simply look on the con as what might have been, like the Tucker, like the DeLorean, like the F-16 XL, like the Commodore Amiga. We'll just regard it as something that might have been, but in the end really wasn't. 10K Bills coach turns into a pumpkin. Well, the last one I had turned into a lemon, so I suppose anything is possible. Has anyone made digital versions of my adventures for Foundry VTT that I know of? No, not that I'm aware of, Fornelius. It's exponential growth. I think the exponent came last winter. It's been fairly geometric. I'm now back to seeing the amounts that I was seeing when I hit 1,000. Like the days where I would go to bed and it would be like, 2,875, and I'd get up I'd get up the next morning and it's like 3,071. I think those are gone. Barring a Wizards screw up, like Kyle Brink is caught in flagrante delicto with Christine Williams or whatever her name is, Cheryl Williams over there. And honestly, I don't care enough about their personal lives for that to be a story. Howard's do I have plans to attend GaryCon? Okay, so vaguely I would like to, and I have a few offers for some lodging, but the big one, of course, is travel. I might have the Delta oomph to get up there. I might. Based on my complaints about the shoddy treatment my wife and I got from Delta flying from LaGuardia to Orlando at the end of the last GaryCon. If that is the case, and Mrs. the Dungeon Delver is game, and she has made positive sounding noises to that effect, then yes, possibly. Strong possibility. See, the thing is, November 13th of 2024 is Mrs. the Dungeon Delver and Mr. the Dungeon Delver's 25th wedding anniversary. 5 days after that is GaryCon. I have to be very sensitive and cognizant of certain realities and take into account other person's feelings about what they might want to do. I've hit the big curve. Yes. Are there virtual conventions? There are virtual conventions, Juan. Just look online. You can find them. Howard, I got to tell you, I was very cynical and down on GaryCon as an experience, and I apologize for that. It is still fun, and it is still old school. This time around, I did not see. Okay, so let us roll back to 2018. Oh, thank you, Ricky. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super, my friend. Thank you. That is greatly appreciated. In the cosmic balance, in the scale of things, it all comes out in the wash. So I really appreciate that. So I ran Teeth of the Bark Ashnor, which is the module I wrote with Gary Gygax, which is the module that Frank Mincer ruined a chance of getting published. Because that's Frank's MO. But I digress. And I kind of hoped that it would be a little bit more hyped, because it's a chunk of Castle Greyhawk. It was, written by Gary and fleshed out by me, and I kind of hoped maybe it would garner a little bit more press than go sit in this basement, enjoy your game. And I found out that the marquee gaming area was all devoted to Wizards of the Coast Adventurers Guild or Adventurers League or whatever it was. Essentially, living play of 5th edition. Or was it still 4 at that time? No, I think in 2018 we were into 5th edition. Well, I've tried. I've tried, Ricky. So they are, Vaughn. They are. But anyway, and I saw some artifice there amongst attendees, not as Luke put the thing together. It felt like it was getting too cool already, Like when you go to the grungy little dive bar that you like going to, and Aerosmith is there, you're just like, But I didn't get that vibe in 2023. I did not get that vibe at all. The vast field of games were old school or OSR games. It was AD&D, OD&D, or OSR type games. I feel and I'll have to go back and look at the program. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just confused. But I feel like the large majority of games being played were of the OSR bent, if not original and advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And sure, there was plenty of Pathfinder and some 5e probably, and so on and etc. But it was cool. Anywhere Smith feels like that. Yeah. I used to really like their music too, but we all make mistakes. So I had a much more positive feeling going away from Gary Con. So I would say to go all the way back to Howard's statement about going. LHRPG, hello. Go, have fun, embrace the things at the convention that you love. It has not descended into what Gen Con is now. Gen Con is an unrecognizable mess. Someone was telling me they were looking at the game grid for Gen Con, this past one, and that they had seen one game of Hackmaster 5e or Hackmaster Basic or something that was not maybe I don't know. On the entire game grid, everything else was Pathfinder 2 or D&D 5. And if that isn't just a kick in the stomach, And it is painfully, ridiculously obvious that so many people want to violently divorce tabletop role-playing games from Gary, his legacy, things that he's done, that probably suits them just fine. And that's a shame. Gen Con hasn't been great for a minute. Yes, I know. Let me tell you, in 2000, I remember reading up about Gen Con. Understand, Gary was still going to be with us for 7 more years. The 3rd edition had just rolled out. But you know what was big in 2000? EverQuest. You know who had the biggest booth that commanded the most floor space? Sony Verant's EverQuest booth at Gen Con. That is completely weird, but thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. LHRPG says, quick update. Thanks to you guys, we're only 3 subs away from going live. First live stream will be our editor getting our stand. Yo! Ha ha! Woo! Now that's one thing I can tell you guys for free. Won't cost any of you $5 to hear this. You're never going to see that happen on this show. I'm not saying that like I think that's bad. Quite the contrary. I think that's awesome. I'm just a coward. Woo! That is excellent, LHRPG. That is awesome. Michael says, big sports fan myself. Bill, congrats on the W on Saturday. Saw the Monday stream, and I guess you didn't put a curse on Bama. That's right. So in the remaining few minutes we have before we play first edition AD&D, let me explain to you guys something. I am a very superstitious person when it comes to sports, to a ridiculous extent. Once upon a time, during a championship game that Alabama was playing, I was wearing this very hoodie and my red University of Alabama ball cap. And Alabama got behind the 8 ball. And I tried to think about something that maybe I'd done differently. And then I realized in the semifinal game, I hadn't been wearing Alabama gear. So I immediately took it off, and we won that game. We won a national championship that year. So here's the thing. You guys, some of you guys, a whole bunch of other guys, sent me to an Alabama football game back this past weekend. I'm not launching in the whole story again. I was not going to go to a home game at Alabama and not wear the colors, not represent, just be some guy there in a polo shirt or a t-shirt, watching the game. The Tide almost lost that game. If I had hoodooed the team, if I had cursed the team by wearing Bama gear on game day, and being there in the stadium, I would have felt horrible. So the question I put to any of my fellow superstitious sports fans out there is the curse now broken? Do I dare wear Bama gear for the rest of their games that I watch? So I ask you guys that. It's very important. It's very important. But anyway, some hoodoo and voodoo that is of equal importance, because I can see Mark's always got this "I'm running out of patience with you" pose when he sits in the back room. His arms folded. Stop talking about football, Bill. Nobody cares. Without any further ado, let me put on my awesome headphones and let me bid welcome returns to our cast of characters playing their characters. Doomsword Deathmasters, Rook Dorn, hello.
What's up?
The aforementioned Mark playing Grimsby, the halfling, who, thanks to the touch of a white, was very almost a quarterling. As I often said on my sports cast, which may come back someday, we gump to a standard around here. And speaking of standards, say hello to Thane Kyle as Sir Standard. And of course, we have Kevin playing his new character, Marius the Magic User.
Hello.
And a man who is named after the mending of socks, Mobius, playing Daron. Hello.
Hola.
All right. So, everyone, welcome back to the table. We find ourselves again in that redoubtable pile of rocks sitting on the very razor's edge between civilization and savagery, between terrible monsters and organized society, the keep on the borderlands. You had all returned after a jaunt to the caves of chaos themselves, wherein you seized upon one of the denizens and dragged him back. You had all also taken a week to undertake some training and level up your characters based on your good deeds and the XP rewards thereof. So, party adventurers, what do you wish to do? Greetings, naughty professor.
I say we venture back out because I'm very close to being a second level magic user. And golly gee willikers, it sure would be swell.
Get that first level spell. You get the low level magic user's fireball. Sleep.
Twice.
Twice. That's right.
I can do it twice. It'd be awesome.
For my part, is it possible to identify my plate mail and longsword so that I don't have to do like last time and disrupt the stream, like without bonuses? I rolled such and such.
It is not a disruption. I know what's going on. You know, the question that I have tonight is our gosh darn die roller even going to work? I suppose we should probably look into that. I knew there was something that I had intended to do. So let's see here.
Yeah, I should bring that up, shouldn't I?
Yeah, let me. It won't work for you guys yet, but anyway, Doomsword, you're asking if you can identify those items. So let me see here. I mean, yes, identify can be cast on them. How long have you been using them? Let me ask you that.
I don't know exactly. It's probably been 3 or 4. Well, probably a little more than that. Maybe a week and a couple of days, because I did spend a week training.
Well, if we give you the benefit of the doubt, you wouldn't have worn it while training.
So let me see here.
Trying, Doomsword. Trying to help.
Thank you.
I say we wait until the other magic user's out so we could go in and I could level up first. That's my suggestion. No takers?
Being very sneaky there, Marius.
Oh, also, I should clarify, I am a second level magic user. I just would like to be third level.
There you go.
Greedy. Getting greedy.
Always. You realize it's going to be like 8 million XP before I hit level 3, right?
Nothing quite so dire, I would hope.
Well, all my XP gets cut in half.
So what I remember was last session we had, I think, infiltrated an area that had a bunch of zombies, and we fled. We fled back to the keep. Luckily, we could go back in there now. Now that we know that there's some a whole bunch of strong zombies down there.
I thought we did just fine, all things considered.
I remember Vrug being almost dead, and looking at my sheet, I was very low on hit points myself.
But we were fine.
I was as well.
If we can get a really big group of them together, and I have no problem telling you guys this, if we can get a really big group together, I have solutions. I have problems. But you have to get more than like 6 of them. Okay?
Well, we can request kindly of them to please group themselves well. But
Well, I
I'm not
mean-
sure if they've had the martial training for formation.
or the mental acuity.
If we can get more than 6 together at a time, I'm willing to waste some of my very, very powerful magic on them.
So shall we attempt to go back there?
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, we never saw where the outside
Ooh.
cave entrance was.
There were,
We found that went outside, but we never went out there and said, it's this one. So we can make a guess.
Also, DM, there was something during the week that I did not do that I would like to do. I stripped the symbols. You said they had like necklaces or something, pendants on their bodies.
Yes, that is correct.
I stripped those off,
Mhm.
and I never handed them over to anybody. I'd like to hand them over to the local temple for destruction, or identification, or whatever it is that would need to be done.
So he takes a look at these. These are actually the shape of an inverted Y. And that's not the shape. That's what's carved into them. It looks like a Y that is upside down, and he's looking these over, and he says, "Well, clearly these are items of chaos." And you say they were on the defiled and reanimated dead?
Jawohl.
Very well, you have done a great deed in bringing me these. I will see that they are destroyed in the hottest part of the blacksmith's forge. You have performed a great act for law and good. The church thanks you. And he steps into his rectory. You hear a clink of something. If you had to guess, you would suspect these might be being put in some kind of a metal box based on the clanking. And he comes back. Let's see. Modifying this. What is Sir yes, so he comes back to you and is all smiles, and he has something for you. Let me just get down to where he's at here in the keep.
Excellent. My charisma is nil. Sorry, let's get the pipe out of my teeth. My charisma is nil.
Charisma bonus is nil, you mean?
I get no modifier to modifier to personality rolls or anything.
But you have done well. So that factored into it. Let me see. I'm trying to get to the appropriate. He says to you, I believe you have a cleric that adventures with your party, yes?
Yes, we do.
He hands you a palimpsest and says, within is a scroll that will repair injuries thrice.
Awesome.
No great wounds, but it might be enough to keep you from the very brink of death.
If I find any more of these, I will happily bring them your way.
Excellent. Go forward and smite evil, my son. Bless you.
You're welcome.
Okay. But he has handed you a cleric scroll, and we will just kind of jump ahead. It has 3 Cure Light Wound spells writ on it.
Priest, where you at? Priest.
Duran.
Yeah, you showed back up already? I thought you were out and about.
You useless priest. Yeah, you. Here you go. Merry Christmas. Don't tell me I never bought you nothing. I'll shove them in your arms.
Thank you, I suppose.
You'll be a bit more useful now.
Okay, so as far as identifying Vrug's sword, unfortunately, it has been used so frequently and such, and over the course of many adventures and days and so on, that it would require a higher level identify than your magic users in your party could cast.
Right, and there's nobody around town to do that. And I suppose it's the same for the plate, right? Because they were picked up in the same location.
Well,
I mean, I don't mind spending if it's not exorbitant.
Let us take a look here. Player's Handbook, where are you? There you are. Yeah, unfortunately, that's even beyond his ken.
Okay.
Yeah. So he says, I would love to be able to help you. You and your band are doing great things for the people of the keep, but it is he hefts it, and despite the fact that he's a bit like, for those of you fans of Skyrim, he's a bit like Bellathor in Whiterun, he does kind of. It's a fine weapon. It's a well-made weapon. It is exceptionally well balanced. I have a feeling you will slay many agents of chaos with this. And as for the armor, my friend, well, much the same. It is lightweight, and it is absolutely within your abilities to wear to its fullest effect. Should you?
I knew that.
Should you meet a traveling bard, or should one come through the keep and speak to me, or I hear of it, my good half-orc, I will entreat them to remain until such time as you can be located or you return from yonder caves, and ask them thusly if they can bend their abilities to properly tell you the mark and grade of these items.
Very well. You'll either find me drinking or slaying or
Of course.
something else.
Oh, and to that end, you and your fellows have been of excellent assistance to those of us here in the keep, and you have my eternal gratitude. Thank you so much.
Slaying is its own reward, but as it said, you're welcome.
Yes.
That was hard for you, wasn't it, Vrug?
You have no idea.
Alrighty. So you have your you have turned the necklaces over to the priest. You have gotten your scroll with 3 Cure Light Wound spells on it. Is there aught else you wish to do, adventurers?
If it's been
Just want to be healed up, right? I mean, at least from my perspective, I want to make sure I'm full hit points.
Okay. Go ahead, Mark.
Do we take a week because that'll help heal me up as well?
Yes, it has been a Send Night since your last venture there.
Yay, 7 hit points.
Just keeping in mind, every time we get closer to a month, the more time we are getting likely to being broke.
Yep.
I'm already broke.
I've been hoarding for a while.
Let's go back to that place with the bad zombies.
Let's go back to the zombies. Let's go back to the zombies.
Last time I tried to turn them, it didn't go so well. But yeah, let's go for another crack at it.
You have a second chance.
Now you want all of them to band together, like 6 at a time. That sounds like
At
a great
least.
plan.
Well, remember, if they all band together, I can kill them and you don't have to worry about it. Also,
What's that supposed to mean?
Vrug, if there's more of them together than you have fingers, and you charge toward them, I will kill you with the ensuing fireball. Am I clear?
Yeah, but
Oh,
If there's-
that's what you mean.
assuming that,
More of them,
I should probably slay you where you stand right now.
Probably.
if there's more of them than you can count, do not charge forward. Okay?
You're the cow. Well, I got 3.
Okay. We're good. Because I'm not going to kill you intentionally, but I guarantee you the blast probably will. I don't know how to use this magic yet. And I can't test fire it. Does that make sense?
You wizards is all the same.
Well,
Thank
you walk,
you very much.
you walk around with Dragon's Breath in your pocket and you tell me how you feel.
Yeah, I trust my thews and my strength.
Good. So, remember, if there's more than you can count, do not charge forward. Please, for the love of God.
Are you gonna yell out or something? Because sometimes, it's in my blood.
I can try, but you usually charge before I can yell. So,
I'll think about it.
thank you. Count first. That's all I ask. Count first.
Alright.
Counting for Vrug is like a 1-turn activity, I think.
That's the point. That's the point.
That'll take him out of the entire battle.
That's the hope.
Vendor with a $5 super says, but meanwhile, deep in the woods, the all-female vengeful monster army grows. Joke's on you. That's my turn on. Okay, so party is going back to the caves, taking your men-at-arms. Are you going to do the 2 left at the mouth of the ravine and 2 accompanying you into the dungeons?
That's usually the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
It's easier for them to manage the horses. They, 3 people. If they split up our horses like that, it's much easier to manage. If they have to bolt, we'll lose fewer animals that way.
Okay. All right. So you arrive back at the ravine, and it is dismal as it was a Sin night ago. You see nothing to indicate, at least externally, that much at all has changed. The low, claggy clouds of the late fall in the world of Greyhawk hangover. There is that annoying combination of a chill when the wind blows, but you sweat beneath your armor when the sun shines. There's midges and flies buzzing about through the thorny brambles and disgusting weeds and grasses growing up through the stony floor of the ravine. Where do you wish to go, adventurers?
So we had been entering a cave with gnolls, traveling a certain route past the white, past where we met a Medusa, then up some stairs, and we came into where the zombies were, right? We found in that area a way out, but I never saw where it was. Can Grimsby try to figure out, like, oh, it might be that cave there, so we can sort of go directly there? Is that possible?
I tell you what, give me a D6 roll if you would, please, Mark.
Will do. Let's see if this works. 5.
It's a little. I mean, you do see a cave high up in the ravine that is above and to the right, far to the right of where you'd gone into the vacated Knowles lair. Maybe
Grimsby's absolutely sure that that's night one. He looks
And
at
that's
his little scribbled notes. Yep, that's the one.
And that's above and to the right of the one that we used the rope to climb up to.
Sounds about right.
It is below and to the right. I was looking at the wrong contour. It is below and to the right, but yes.
Cool.
Well, we ain't been in there, right?
Not from this side.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Let's go. Grimsby will sneak ahead like normal to check it out.
Okie dokie. Then I guess it's Vrug, and who's up with Vrug?
Yeah, it'd be me.
Okay, and then I'm in the
Sweet.
back. Okay.
Don't forget the man at arms.
Yep. The men at arms are actually in the back. I'm in the middle rank.
And Kevin, is Marius in the back with the men at arms, or is he in the van?
I think I'll be in the back with the men at arms.
Understood. All right. As you approach the cave, a faint, foul draft issues from the 20-foot wide cave mouth that is the entrance to this place. The worn path through the copse of obscenely twisted and oddly bloated trees gives you an eerie sense of unease, and as soon as you enter the cave mouth, a dim awareness of lurking evil pervades your senses. Red strata intertwined with bulging rock veins running through the hewn rock walls beyond the entrance. The wide corridor in front of you is deathly still. A faint groaning sound and a shrill piping may occasionally be heard, barely perceptible even though you're being very silent and listening. The floor is worn smooth by the tread of countless feet of the worshippers who have come to this grim place. So, what will you do?
Oh, it's always so dank when we come in here.
Yep. Should get a dehumidifier. Grimsby sneaks ahead as quietly as possible. If this is where he thinks it is, he'll be heading maybe southwest a bit, and then he'll hit the 20-foot wide north-south hallway. But maybe I'm wrong with this. You tell me.
Your memory serves you well, Grimsby, the halfling, for indeed, after a run of perhaps 30 feet through this 20-foot wide cave opening to the southwest, you do come out into a long 20-foot wide corridor. You can see dimly to the north a set of doors, one on the northern wall, one on the eastern, and a large opening to a further gallery to the left of those doors. To the south, the gallery maintains its 20-foot width, but it turns southwest after a run of perhaps 40 feet. What is beyond the turn, you cannot yet see.
I will head south and see what's beyond that turn.
40 feet south, you see that the corridor turns to the southwest. You are looking into a junction of sorts. After the southwest run, the gallery turns due south, but also continues west, maintaining its 20-foot width in both directions.
I will step into the western passage a bit to see what's down there. Maybe 20 feet. See what's down there.
All right. A moment. All right, Grimsby. Grimsby, what is your dexterity, please?
19.
19. You are not in the least bit surprised. Startled, but not surprised by 8 undead standing here. They are once again in tattered red and black cloths, and they sense you somehow, for they turn their broken off bardishas and long arms dangling in their fingers. One of them raises its rotting, desiccated hand and points at you, its jaw opening, and it utters a groan. What do you wish to do?
Grimsby will flee, but first he takes a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And he runs back towards the party.
You need not roll initiative. They are zombies. You will go before them, even if it were not for your prodigious dexterity. But as you move back at top speed, you do hear them shuffling behind you. The clink of rotting harness against rusting weapon, the shuffle of decayed and desiccated hobbed boots on the stone floor as you flee towards the light and safety. So, you reach the party. What do you wish to do?
Sir Standard. And he gives a dummy salute. Sir Standard, I've done it. I found them for you. Come on. 6 of them. They're all standing together.
You found more than Vroog can count? All right, let's go.
Yes. To the south. Come on, before they get too close.
Absolutely.
All right. Let me see here. So while you've been undertaking that, what is everyone else doing?
Varug's gonna let them guys go. You think I don't know anything, huh? You run in and die, fools.
Rush in and die, dogs. I was a man before I was eaten by zombies.
You were all welcome to, and I encourage the group to at least be some pace behind me. I mean, don't just let both of us go. But yeah, absolutely.
I'll follow for when you're falling.
Yep. Yeah, follow about 10 feet behind me. That would be safest.
And Marius is going to do some calculations in his head and stay back far enough so he doesn't have backblast.
Okay, so stepping around through the angled entrance, you can very clearly see a group of 8 zombies are shuffling along the hallway, and they are approximately, let's see, looks like they're about 60 feet away.
Word. I'm going to concentrate hard on the center of their mass of the 8 zombies. I will draw my wand and point said wand and activate 1 charge for a fireball.
Okay. So let's see.
I will grab Grimsby, though, and pull him back, to me. Because I'm not... If I can throw him behind me, I will.
Oh, don't worry. I'm already behind you.
Good.
Yeah, I'm standing beside whoever has a shield.
Because I don't know Like my character does, like the player knows, but the character doesn't know how big the back blast is going to be. So this
Grimsby's right in
could-
your shadow, so it'll go around you.
You invoke
the
the
hope.
word of power from your wand of fireballs. Roll 6d6, please, Thane Kyle.
Jawohl. Let's have a look. All right. If this
Trying to
don't
bring
kill
a little
him,
bit more panache to the DMing.
okay.
28. Even if they save for half, they will all burn to ash just the same. There is a great conflagration. A golden BB of light zips from the tip of the wand, impacts the center mass of the zombies. And then it is as though Mother Sun herself leaned down to kiss the earth. A wave of heat forces you back as you see a billowing sheet of flames envelop the greater portion of the southern corridor. The stench of incinerated flesh, of fat reduced to soot, of cloth reduced to ash, of iron being melted into slag assaults your senses as you stagger backwards. However, this ball of fire does not expand to engulf either you or Grimsby, and in a split second, as quickly as the sun rose, it is gone. Neither one of you have infravision at this point, at least for the moment.
I'll turn back to Grimsby, stow the wand, and say, I can now do that 5 to 9 more times. You're welcome.
I just elbow Vrug in the ribs, and I'm just like, holy shit, it went the way he said it would.
Yeah, it's amazing. That guy don't know nothing.
All right. Everybody back in front of me. Please and thank you.
So now I should go south and see if there's any more. Because there was other rooms down there. I didn't check.
Okay, so the floor here is shouting hot. It's not enough to damage you. It's just, it's like you're standing on a baking sheet that's just come out of an oven, and if you keep moving your feet up and down, you'll be fine. So are you going to the west to look into wherever the zombies came from? Or are you going south?
I'm going to go south.
Okay.
Grimsby will probably foolishly assume that the west is clear now.
Okay. So going to the south. Have a moment. When you go to the south, it goes 40 feet. On your right, that is on the western wall, there is a great plug of collapsed rubble. Doesn't appear as though the fireball did this. However, on the left, there is an opening into a large chamber.
And does the room continue? Does the corridor continue further south?
No.
Okay, so it stops there. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Rubble on one side. I'll peek into that room.
All right. Oh, we have lost Mobius. Hopefully he'll be fine. Let me see here. I need to peek at something very quickly here. Pardon me. Alrighty. Roll a. Actually, hang on a second. I will roll a d6. Yes, you're fairly on your toes, and you're not surprised at all, Grimsby, by the skeletons.
How many are there?
At a hasty glance, come on. Come. give over, you silly mouse. Hang on a moment. Sorry, just getting to where I needed to be. There are a dozen of them. They are clad in rags of chainmail, bearing battered shields and rusty scimitars.
I will rush back, report back to Sir Standard.
Roll initiative, please.
This time, initiative. Okay.
Yes.
Please. Oh, why didn't it roll?
I don't know. You have the.
There we go.
There you go. Okay. You turn to head on out of there. The skeletons are hot on your heels. They are clatter, 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 clatter. So Grimsby, you are moving up to where Sir Standard is, and just I think Grimsby is speed 12, is he not?
Yes, he is.
All right, so let's see. These skeletons. Welcome back, Mobius. Good to see you. Hope everything's okay. I'll take it on faith that everything is.
Should be.
All right. Okay, yeah, so you turn and bolt, and they're just clattering along behind you. Grimsby runs right up to you there, Sir Standard, and it is Army of Darkness behind him.
I've got more. Another batch.
Yeah, if you light off a fireball here, it will catch you because they're that close to him.
I think
I light it off.
Just grabbed Ruga. I'm like, let's go. We start backing up.
Can
Yeah,
I,
so,
can I light it off? Go ahead.
sorry, I'm just looking for a little bit of clarification, right? So Grimsby went through a passageway that was, about 10 foot wide to the left, which I guess would be the west.
It's coming in hot.
Walked up and turned around the corner, walked up in there, and came back. Me and Duran would be behind him, as per regular marching order. And then Sir Standard would be in the middle rank. And then the men-at-arms and Marius would be behind them.
Other than the size of the corridor, that is correct. They're 20 feet wide. So everyone, you see this phalanx of a dozen skeletons. So that would be 6 across and 2 deep, clattering forward at you guys. Rusty scimitars and shields at the ready. Grimsby runs up to the party. I'm sorry, what?
Can I drop one in behind them?
I
don't need to catch all of them. I really just want to catch like half if I can.
I mean, you can absolutely cast a fireball. I'm not going to say, well, no. You can absolutely cast a fireball if you want to. Just tell me where you want it to go, and I'll tell you the results of it landing there.
Well, that's my question, right? Is do I have enough line? Do I have enough sight distance wise? Because normally when I do this, I'm staring at a grid, right? Like from what I played Pool of Radiance and stuff, you're typically staring at the grid so you can count, right? At this point, with my present perspective, can I drop one behind them and get like 6 of the 12 since they're in a line like that and not blast us? Do I think that's reasonable? I have my character has an intelligence of 16, so
I gotcha.
I'll let DM's generosity decide this.
Okay. You think perhaps there is a point that you can sort of put a little English on that fireball and get it so that it will explode far enough behind them to, at the very least, envelop their back ranks without setting you guys on fire. You think?
Killer. That's I'll take that gamble.
Okay. But what we need to roll initiative because the skeletons are not as slow as the zombies. So let's get declarations down the line. Vrug Dorn, what are you doing? You face death itself in the form of 6 bony men in front of you.
Right. And I see that that's obviously more than I can count. So
But
I'll.
You also have Duran to your left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already grabbed him. We're backing up. Let's go.
Okay. So you're actually
yeah.
grab Vrug and try and move him back.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
All right, so Vrug, you're being grabbed. Duran, you're doing the grabbing and moving. Mark, what is Grimsby doing? Because you basically refuse the line, and right behind you are the skeletons. They're right there.
I'm just running past. I tell Sir Standard about them as I run past him and up the cave entrance out.
So in the next round, you're basically going to continue your evacuation.
A good like 60 feet before I turn around.
Okay, Sir Standard, you are, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to leave the dungeon. Spin cocks the fireball wand. Alrighty then, let's do this. Roll initiative, if you would, please. Doomsword Deathmaster. Let's find out if you, in fact, live up to your name. You get a 2, I get a 4. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 attacks to you, and 1, 2, 3 attacks to Duran from the skeletons. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 on Vrug. That is 1 hit with a scimitar.
And that's my armor class, just for clarification, is 0 without modifiers.
Okay.
Without magic.
Alrighty. You see they're striking at retreating targets, so they're getting bonus.
Sure.
Why did I roll that? That you do not take 17 points of damage. Ignore that die. That was not supposed to be.
That's good, because I would be unconscious.
Just slices down through you. All right, let's try that again. Scimitar. You know what? It would probably behoove me to have a quick gander at the Magil. Actually, no, because I know what skeletons do, regardless of what weapon they have. Skeletons always do 1d6 damage. Take 2 points, you fiend. And here are 3 for the good friar before he gets fried. And that is a hit to you. And that's another 2 points of damage. So they slash you as you retreat past. Marius, you were you moving back? Were you falling back with the rest of the group, as I recall?
I'm falling back in front of the group before the group does. Yes.
Their rear has become your front, and that puts you at one point as you are. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis is leaving the building.
That's right.
Okay. Ein, drei, zwei. Light off your fireball, please.
Sure. Let's see how this works.
6 dice is 22. Save for half is 11. The back rank of skeletons is blown into charred bone. The others kind of stagger forward, flames licking at the tattered remains of cloth that was holding their armor together, and they clank forward towards you, Sir Standard.
Now get up there and do your job, people.
Okay, so in the next round, the only people who are left who did not evacuate the cave and therefore are able to hear your orders are your 2 men-at-arms, who grip their weapons and face it bravely and prepare to do just as you have ordered them. Let's see.
On the plan.
I'll draw sword and shield and join in as well.
They are bolstered by your puissant skill at arms as you join them in the fray. The rest of the party, Vrug, you hear a thunderclap of flame. You're almost pulled back into the cave by the inrush of air as the conflagration springs into being. What is Vrug doing in the new round?
All right. Well, I protect myself with my shield. I've got my longsword at the ready. I'm glad that they've pulled me in, and I yell to Duran, "Cleric, destroy these!" And I'm going to rush in and attack.
Okay. Duran, you're going back in the caves. Mark, what is Grimsby doing? You are outside. You are halfway down the ravine if you wanted to have kept moving for the next round.
I'm back at the bar in the keep. I make my way cautiously back into this evil area so I can see what's going on.
Okay. Sir Standard is entering the fray. How about Marius?
Well, after hearing the loud boom, I guess I'm going to look and see if there's any flame coming out of the cave mouth, and if there isn't, then I'll follow Sir Standard.
Smubbook. You don't see Sir Standard. He's nowhere to be seen.
No. Yeah,
Vrug?
I'm going to follow. Yeah, I'm going to follow Grimsby up as he goes back towards it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Duran.
I'm going to try to turn these skeletons.
So you're going to move back into the cave so you can see the skeletons and hopefully turn them. Okay. Well, the rest of the party is moving in this round. Let's roll initiative for Thane Kyle. The initiative rolling actually goes to you, Mark, even though Grimsby won't be there in this round. So go ahead and roll that.
Hope I roll well for you today.
Okay, so this is going to be 2 on Man-at-Arms number 1. That's a pair of misses. 2 on Sir Standard. The 18 gets you.
I'm AC 0.
AC 0. Yeah, but these are 2 hit dice monsters. However, I will consult the Dungeon Master's Guide and we will double check. Because that M18,
It might be just enough. We'll see.
Come on. Should have had this chart up. I'm trying to be more energy conscious around here, so I'm shutting down the streaming PC when I'm not doing streaming, and of course that means I lose everything in terms of place where it was. Okay, here we go. Back at the combat tables. We've got an 18. In your armor class -2, you said? Or 2?
Yeah, 0.
0. All right.
0.
Oh, let me double check that because now suddenly I'm not sure. A quiver, boondoggle, and sagacious. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you for the super. Oh, Jeremy, we're having Bob on Thursday. Won't you stop by then, please? Let's see. I've lost my place. Skeletons. They are but a single hit dice good magic user fighter, and an 18 will avail them not. So you are safe from harm. However, the remaining armsman, your redoubtable warrior who has served you well, faces the rusty metal of the skeletal warriors.
AC 6, I think.
And takes a ghastly slash for 4 points.
Okie dokie. That hurts.
All right. Counter blows.
Alrighty. Can I Mordhau with my arming sword?
Make your attack roll, please. That will miss.
Can I Mordhau with my arming sword? It wouldn't have mattered anyway. That 19 hits though.
The 19 does hit. One of your men-at-arms leaps into the fray and smashes at one of the skeletons. Roll your damage.
Sure, he'll be using an axe.
All right. Clatters off the bones a little bit. All right. So, end of round. The rest of the party, you swing into the fray. A pitched battle before you as 6 skeletons remain in the smoke-filled corridor. Man-at-Arms is bleeding from a rent in his armor. Sir Standard is standing tall amongst his men, rallying them to brave deeds. So let us start at the top of the order. You are there, Vrugdorn. You may engage in combat in the new round, initiative depending. Do you do that?
Absolutely. I'm going to smash one across the clavicle, rendering it in pieces.
Excellent. Grimsby, onto this charnel scene you have arrived. What does the Doty halfling wish to do?
I'm worried about being surprised from behind, so I'm going to go sneak up to the north and look around the corner.
A quiver with anticipation. You stealthily make your way north. That's one. Sir Standard, do you stand fast and fight these liches?
I will continue to hold my sword by the blade and swing the hilt around to bash heads in, yes.
A bold move, to be sure. Marius!
I'll pull out one of my darts, knowing that the effectiveness is limited. But I'm not going to attack until there's trouble.
Nonetheless, we can appreciate your bravery. And finally, Duran, your staff, iron shod, or perhaps silver shod, most useful at this juncture. Will you employ it against these mockeries of living?
No, I was turning them from last time, so it should pretty much be good to go now.
So you will be turning them. You hold up your holy symbol, and we will have Sir Standard roll initiative for us, please.
Yes, sir.
Up and down their iron scimitars fall like threshers against the wheat of youth and life and vigor. So this is going to be 1 against Vrugdorn. Paltry, clatters off your armor. 1 against a seriously wounded man-at-arms. The thing has no chance. 2 against Sir Standard.
Nope.
A close thing, to be sure, but you stand fast. Another brace of them against your other man-at-arms.
Yes, nope.
He weaves a web of steel above him, parrying every blow of the skeleton. The power of his god compels you. Roll a d20 if you would, please, Duran. A 13. Let us consult the Dungeon Master's Guide. What level is your cleric?
He's level 3 now.
Level 3. Roll a d12. Your sagacious knowledge of the undead is more than enough to empower you as you hold aloft your holy symbol and drive them back. They turn to flee. They will be struck in the next round at +4 as they attempt to evade you. Roll 3d4 if you would, please, also, Duran. We will determine how many rounds they wish to attempt to flee. And we have 4. So they will attempt to flee you for 4 rounds. All right, you hold that aloft and they turn to run. New round. We know what they're doing, but initiative is important. So let's see.
Did we attack last round? Apologies.
No, we're getting to that now. We're getting to that now.
Oh, okay.
So everyone's going to continue to attack. They are fleeing, so you're striking at +4. Let us begin with Vrug. Do as you would.
All right, this is without magic. It's AC -1.
Absolutely able to hit. Roll your damage.
Without magic is 10.
You smash it to flinders. Sir Standard and your men-at-arms.
Absolutely. Let's roll me first.
That is,
All right,
hit,
there's
and that is
me.
almost certainly destroyed.
And
both of your men-at-arms hit.
Nice.
Okay.
So your trio, your band all strike. Roll your damage, please, for all of you.
That's for the man at arms. So 7 between two. Of
Alrighty.
them. And then +1 is 4.
All right, that is 4 of them destroyed. 2 remain. And so at the beginning of the round, they are going to attempt to flee. You will still strike them at +4 because basically all they did was turn and start walking. So I guess you're all going to continue to try and attack them as they're attempting to flee, correct?
I am.
Okay. Sir Standard?
Of course.
Okay. What about Duran?
Well, I will attack, but yep.
All right. Grimsby rounding the corner, 6 zombies approach you.
Oh, coming back.
Okay. All right. You realize that departing
while
this
to get here.
from the party might perhaps have been a bit of a boondoggle. That's 3. Thank you for the super, Jeremy.
I was hoping I was going to get the boondoggle.
I was going to say it, but I am a quiver because I have a crossbow.
There you go. Oh, I stepped into that one. All right. James Seymour is asking, did skeletons flee? Absolutely. Under the effect of a holy turn, they will flee. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Marius, that's Kevin. Roland. Is Marius doing anything particular in this round other than watching this furious melee?
Yeah, if I see one run out of melee range, then I'll throw oil. But otherwise, yeah.
Okay.
Nothing.
So in this round, you're getting oil out to hopefully be able to throw in the next round. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's no one nearby, I might miss. So.
Okay. Well, roll initiative for us then, Kevin, please. Please.
That's 6.
Brilliant.
Whoa.
It must
what
be
is
attached
this?
to those dice.
It must be attached to that dice. Let's
Okay. Let me. I didn't realize there was noise associated with dice. I will use.
okay. I would very much like it to stop.
Damn.
I'm removing the dice.
This one wasn't as horrible as
Nice.
last time.
Yeah.
Well, except it isn't stopping. Let me roll a regular dice here.
It's
first.
probably feeding back through people's mics and stuff now.
Okay. One moment, please.
Let me reload.
Thank you.
All right. Sorry about that. I had no clue that was possible.
Neither did I. That for those of you playing along at home, now we know what made that dice noise the other night. I think was it D&D or we were playing Call of Cthulhu?
No, it was D&D.
D&D.
Well, it was the same
It was a
dice
roll
set.
of 1. Yeah.
It was the same dice set. So don't use the Knight Rider dice.
Yes, please don't.
No.
Yeah.
They look cool, though.
Yeah.
They do look cool, but I'm going to send a very nasty missive to the DD Dice people.
I had no idea, to be honest.
Oh no, I neither did I. Anyway,
Good intentions.
all right. Yeah, just Thank you, DD Dice. I just lost like 4 live viewers. I think 4 people were like, "The hell with this!" And the gods of chaos have now noticed the party's actions. Well, I guess that does some repair to it. I don't even remember what the hell initiative was. I think that's right. That's what I figured it. So let me see. I don't think it'll greatly matter unless I tie it. It's a 4. The party may act first. You're striking at +4 against them. Advanced Gamma Cthulhu, yeah.
So I have one I can hit.
Yes.
That's easily a hit.
Absolutely hits, and I think even with a minimum damage and your strength bonus, you smash it to flinders. So there's only 1 left.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right.
So 3 attacks on 1.
Well, let's start with the men at arms first and see if they bring it down.
Nope. 6 and 10. No, the 10 will.
4 is 10. Yeah, no. All right, let's see. Do I bring him down? 11
Yes.
total to hit. No, actually, 12 total to hit.
Yes, you will hit it.
And, well,
And that is sufficient to annihilate it. Alrighty, so yeah, it's like swimming pool full of caviar in the supers. Thanks, guys. Get some great supers tonight. Thank you all so very much. Okay, so the skeletons have been destroyed there. Grimsby, you're not surprised. Well, actually, let's see if you're surprised. It's possible for you to be
hard
surprised.
to surprise Grimsby.
Difficult to surprise Grimsby, and in this case, had you any less than your preternaturally high dexterity, it would have been much worse. But no, you're able to retreat away from them down the hall.
As I go past Marius, I'm like, "Hey, Marius! Oh, look, you've got oil. Good, back there." As I walk past him to get out of the way.
James, there is a little dollar bill icon on the chat bar in YouTube that you should be able to just click on, and you can send a super chat. It'll ask you how much money. Sometimes it defaults to an amount. I won't take offense if you don't like that amount and you wish to change that amount, but it's a little dollar sign button on the side of the chat window.
I feel like Grimsby should be in a pair of goggles with a notebook in one hand and a phone in the other, like a radio operator from World War II at this point, because you're just running back and forth.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm creating the undead, and so
Welcome back.
wherever I go, there they are. You know,
It's all just you're just the radio operator feeding in. Okay, we need support over here. Please bombard this.
Okay,
Can we
so
get some napalm over here?
Grimsby is about 40 feet to the north, but you've turned and you've moved, and stomping around the corner are these 8 zombies. So, top of the order, Vrug, what are you doing?
What more zombies?
All right, so I can see them, and they're
Oh, yes.
yeah. And is there enough distance between us that I can charge into them?
Yes, you can charge with a capital C.
I'd like to do so.
So, Mark, what is Grimsby doing? You're charging the other way with a capital C, yes?
Yes, I am charging to safety.
Okay. Sir Standard, you and your men-at-arms.
I will order my men-at-arms to switch to spears in advance. I don't think they can switch to spears and charge in the same round. I will charge after Vrug because I believe the area is 20 feet wide, so we should be able to fight.
It is absolutely enough room to charge. Kevin, how about Marius?
Yeah, as long as nobody's by one of the skeletons, I will throw the oil.
Zombies.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Zombie. Yep.
And Mobius, how about Duran?
Yeah, I'm going to turn these zombies.
Okay. Party will go first. Turn will go first. Roll a d20 if you would, please. You want very high. A 16. That is indeed very high. Let's see.
Mumbo jumbo.
Power of Christ compels you. So let's see. 16. Absolutely sufficient. Please roll a d10 if you would. I'm sorry, a d12. A d12. Okay. So those who charged, make your attacks now.
Rue, you want to go first?
Oh, that absolutely hits. Roll your damage.
Nice. Without magic, 11.
11, you destroy that one, Sir Standard. 4, 5,
Ooh.
6, 7.
8. Because of my strength. Yeah.
Correct. 8. That's still, I don't think that is going to bridge
Yeah.
that gap. You're fighter
They aren't
2 or
fleeing, are
fighter
they?
3?
Well, are they fleeing? Because charge would give me 2.
They
Fleeing
haven't
would give me
yet.
4. Okay.
Your charges went before the turn. Now, in the next
Yeah.
round, they're fleeing. You have not hit, but your men-at-arms have moved up. Oh, we have a missile shot, too. Throw your flaming oil, if you would, please, Marius. That is going to be a d20.
Yeah.
Come on,
Okay,
man.
I'm gonna reload if this makes noise.
Smart. Oh, good throw.
Just made the die rolling noise.
Oh, nice.
Good throw.
A 17. Excellent. Let me pull this up real quick here.
Rolled
All right.
from 16 to 7 to 17.
And that is going to be 2d6, please. That will be 2d6.
Okay. Oh man, nice.
Perfect.
Okay, the zombie goes up like a torch and just kind of staggers for a minute and then falls over. Just this conflagration burning there in the hall. It smells horrible. It's foul. It's causing you to gag. The thing is bubbling and flesh is burning into a tarry, sticky mess on the floor. And then in the next round, the remaining 6 are going to try and get away from you as quickly as possible. Roll a 3d4, Duran, to see how many you scatter. Oh, Kool-Aid says, sorry for the outrageous accent, the dice, that is. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Kool-Aid. I appreciate that. And what was that die roll? That the super came up right as that did. So
It's 6 altogether.
6 altogether. Okay, for 6 rounds, they're going to be fleeing. Party will strike first. Yes, Vaughn, bones burn. Party will strike first as they flee, and you're receiving a +4. The men-at-arms are up. Vrug, you, and Standard are up. Let's get declarations from everybody in the party. Mark Grimsby has moved through the lines to the rear. So I guess you're holding things off down there.
Yep, I will protect the rear.
Roger that. How about Marius in this round? Kevin?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'll pull another vial out if I can.
Okay, so you will prepare a flaming oil for the next round of combat, basically.
Yes, if there's a non-melee engaged creature. So.
Okay. And Duran, you're holding up your holy symbol, but is there anything else you wish?
No, that's what it is. I guess I'll move forward a little bit.
Okay. Alrighty then. We have one here. Where did my? There we go. Okay. Party strikes first. They don't get an initiative. They're zombies. They're slow. So we'll just start at the top. Brug, make your attack. It is at +4. They are fleeing. They are not withdrawing. And
All
they're
right, I'll split the shoulder blades.
Good one, Bruce.
absolutely hits.
Without magic, it's a 10.
And that is sufficient to destroy it.
Okay,
There are
so
5 remaining.
this one's including my bonus.
13.
Okay, so
With all
14.
bonuses, that will still hit.
Yep, and D8 needs to add the 1. 6 total.
Okay, it's kind of like hacking through dry clay mixed with wet clay. Both of your men-at-arms, they shuffle away too fast for your men-at-arms to be able to strike them. Marius, you have your oil out and alight and ready to throw in the next round. The zombies, however, finish this round going around the corner. They have you rolled a total of 6 on your 4 dice, correct, Mobius?
Yeah.
Okay, so they will return in 5 rounds. Do you guys wish to pursue them?
Well, they move real slow, right?
Yes, they shuffle away from you at a fairly slow rate. Let's see. Yeah, they move about 60 feet away. Well, I mean, you're 40 feet down.
Thank you, sir.
So you see them move. You can just hear them as they round the corner to the north.
Right. So they've rounded a corner now. They're about 40 feet away from us, and if I would,
closer to 60, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's regroup and figure out the plan.
I'm content to go after him if we want.
I'll do it too, but perhaps Grimsby should take a look.
I'll follow the party whether they go or not.
Zombie skeletons.
Halfling, go see what they're up to.
Chip the glasses, eat the brains. That's what Grimsby Halfling hates.
You know, I think they're up to about 5'8", and
Yeah, you're muted, Grimsby.
shambling.
Let's go.
There you are.
Alrighty. So Grimsby says, "Let's go." Are you referring to the royal "let's," or were you trying to admonish the entire party?
I'm in the back. I'm like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to lead the way. You're the quiet one. See what they're up to.
There's no sneaking with undead. I'll be right behind him.
Fine.
Okay. All right. So Grimsby and Sir Standard. Well, I mean, it's not a matter of initiative. Again, I keep forgetting that they're zombies. So you move round, and they are. They are just trying to get away from you, but you're both fast enough that you close on them in this round, and you will go before. Let me see. They moved. You moved. So they're going to move away in the next round, but you can both strike at them at +4 if you wish to try and slay a couple. And after this, there will be 4 rounds of turning left.
Grimsby wouldn't actually want to close with them. He'd use his sling, though.
Okay, you will not get a +4 to hit them. That is only for melee.
Oh, that sucks.
So, Sir Standard, do you want to strike at one? Oh, sure. If you order your men-at-arms to accompany you, they absolutely will.
Yeah, they're not. I need all the muscle I can get. So here's mine without math. That hits.
Yes. Are you striking at the one that you damaged?
You still want to attack?
And they still hit.
So all three of you hit. All three of you hit, and let's see.
All right. There's one. So that's +1 is 8. And
Okay.
then
Was
my
that the one
men-at-arms,
that you had?
they're using. Yeah.
Was that the one you had struck before? Okay, then it destroys it. There are 4 zombies remaining.
Both on one. Yeah.
Yeah. Pokey.
Yep.
Okay.
Spears.
And they continue to move away. What's the rest of the party doing? You just saw a little less than half of your party go north and round a corner, and you hear the sounds of stabbing and shuffling. There are 4 rounds of turn remaining.
Yeah, I mean, I intend to follow a short distance behind.
Okay.
You know, I prefer being a military man. I prefer a more orderly approach to something like this than running off into blind darkness. I'd like to maintain infravision if possible.
Well, the men-at-arms need a light source, so you don't have that.
Right. Who's got that light source anyway?
That's interesting.
That's a good. Well, we're gonna have to say one of the
Questions that should not be asked.
Yeah.
one of the men-at-arms is not using a shield. He is in fact using a
To answer
lantern.
that question, I have a man-at-arms in plate mail, and the plate is compensating for his lack of shield.
He's holding up a
Okay,
lantern. That's a spear.
All right, got it. And that's standard operating procedure.
Kind of has to be. They're the only ones that need light. Sadly, we can go in without them now if we want. Well, actually, no. We have a couple other humans that need light too, but I mean, we can go in without all the humans if we want. I mean, I'm cool with that.
While this prattle's going on, Mark, what is Grimsby doing?
Grimsby is annoyed by this prattle, and he's just comes back around the corner and says, "Come on, guys, come on."
How about Marius?
I'm gonna run up there. I mean, I don't want to be left behind. I'm not Homer Simpson here, so yeah, let's get up there.
All right, and Daron.
As long as the light source is going around the corner, so am I.
All right. Now, one thing I can point out: you can turn them again. So, you can keep turning them once the turn ends. That is, once your turning of them ends, until you fail.
Mm-hmm.
You can just keep, they're like, stop, turn around, brains, and you're like, nope, and they're So just keep that in mind, that after this turn, this holy turning ends, you can try to rebuke them again. Okay, so the rest of the party moves up at least to that point. The zombies have shuffled off, and let me see which direction they go. It is literally, they just want to get the hell away from you. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They walk up the slope and they turn north. So they go 10, 20, 30, 40, 60. So you just see them round the corner to the north as you guys begin your additional pursuit of them. And again, you are all faster than them, so you can close up on this group of 4 as you come to this massive T intersection. The hallway is still 20 feet wide. It is a large north-south running hallway.
Take care. This looks like a perfect spot for an ambush.
I agree.
Okay, but the zombies are in front of you, trying to slowly shuffle away. And if anyone wishes to attack them, they will get bonuses at +4 to do so.
Well, there's no pit traps, so
Last
the
round of
zombies would have set them off.
Yeah, I say last round of attacks for us. See if we can whittle them down. And that'll be it.
Okay. All right. Make your attacks, please.
Sure. Grimsby, are you attempting to finish one off?
Nope.
That is going to hit.
Here's Man at Arms 1.
Man at Arms misses.
Here's Man at Arms 2.
Man at Arms 11 for a 0 level fighter. I don't think is going to get.
That's a 7.
I'm sorry, 7. Well, no, because +4 because they're trying to flee.
Oh, yep, of course, yep.
But still not sufficient for a 0 level Man at Arms.
7 total.
6, 7 damages it badly. Vrug, are you attacking one?
Well, I figured I was a bit back. If I'm in combat engagement range, sure, I'll take a swing.
I mean, do you? Your base is 90. Their base is 60. You can be up on them in this round if you want to.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
All right.
I'm not trying to cower out. I'm just just being cautious.
I just don't want you to think that I'm robbing you of a chance for glory.
That's going to be a 17 without magic. Yeah.
That will hit and roll some damage.
6.
Actually does not bring it down. So there's still 4 of them. 2 of them are badly mangled. One has a more severe limp than he had when he was dug up and reanimated. And the other one has an almost anatomic textbook exposed back to you now. But they are shuffling to the north, and they are 3 more rounds of turn. So they're going to the north. The gallery goes at least 60 feet, the distance of your lantern light, and swords and infravision and anything else. And of course, to the south, you have an opening.
This is sheep to the slaughter. I'll stay here till we have a plan.
I
don't like the looks of this.
Oil at them? Or
yes. If Marius wants to throw oil at them, basically giving them the advantage to flee, go ahead and then do so.
And I have a question while he's doing that.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Can I double back and check to see if any of the fallen undead have those same kind of holy symbols?
Yes, you can, and yes, they do.
I will take.
So that was an
all of
11.
them. Okay.
You don't get the +4 on
For
missile
melee, for
weapons.
Missile. Okay, so it's just a 7 then.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, your thrown oil. It lands just over and to the right of one of them and does slightly catch it alight. It sizzles a little bit and takes 2 points of damage.
Oh, I'll take it.
You did some splash damage to it, and they are 2 rounds of turn remaining.
How many of those pendants can I get?
Off of the fallen zombies. How many zombies did you slay back there?
Well, there was the mass that I evaporated.
Oh, you know what? Let me get back to you next week. I have to make item saving throws. Magic fire is a nasty thing, so I need to make item saving throws to see what, if any, of those survived.
Okay.
Steel Mongoose asked, of course, the question that all great. Dungeons and Dragons thinkers ask, if zombies can keep moving without having to eat or anything, couldn't you use them to run a generator for free energy? Well, if generators existed, I suppose so. You could run a conveyor for a machine press or something like that. They will eventually rot apart, though. I mean, just living or dead, a tendon and a muscle and a bone and skin are going to start to fall apart after nonstop, constant usage. You don't believe me? Spend a week in the bush without changing clothes and let me know how every joint in your body feels. And I'm not just talking about arthritic aches. All right. So, yes, the zombies and one of them slightly aflame for a few moments continue to shuffle down the hallway for a bit longer. You got the passage to the south. You got the passage that they've gone down to the north.
Was there a four-way intersection somewhere or something like that?
Not that you've encountered so far, no.
Right, so there's just north and south?
North, south.
But there's north, south, and west?
Slope, north, south, and east.
North, south,
North,
and
south,
east.
and east.
And we
Okay.
came up the east, well, the west passage to go up the slope. There's a door back there we haven't seen, but Grimsby is coming up towards that north-south passage because it seems like kind of collecting there.
Yeah, I'd like to collect
on
on
his own
that
for too
basic
long.
landing or whatever.
Okay.
Take care of these last undead.
Okay.
So, Grimsby turns to Vroog. Vroog, do we go after them? They're right there.
Yeah,
Well, we
they
can go after them, but they'll dig us deeper in. We've been there and done that. I'd rather be prepared.
There is a door back there we haven't checked. And to the south where we got all those other monsters with the flames, we never actually saw what was down there.
Right. Well, I trust your intelligence, Halfling.
That's your problem.
It is a problem. Forgive me, I haven't had enough to drink. I don't want to go follow an undead into the dark.
That's fair.
Who knows what lays in this place?
What do other people think? We have zombies fleeing to the north. We have unknown to the south. We have a door behind us that we haven't checked out. And then further back, we have two places we haven't fully checked out yet. Where should we go?
I wouldn't mind smashing a door.
We should let the halfling try first.
Yep. Currently, you have Sir Standard, running around with a knife and cutting off dog tag. So, like, I'm not part of that conversation.
Okay. Then, Vroog, come on. Let's go open a door.
Let's do it.
Bill, if my map is correct, we're going to go back down the ramp.
okay.
There's a door on the west, which is the one that we use to connect to where the Medusa and the White was, blah, blah, blah. I think
Correct.
there's a door on the north wall, too.
That is correct. That is correct.
I'll listen at the door.
All right. Let's see.
I have 20% hear noise. Woo.
Well, hey,
It's
one
better
never knows.
than ordinary.
What was that, the north door?
Yes.
You hear the clink of mail and whispered words in common. Be ready. They are almost upon us. We will strike them from the rear when they least expect it.
Vroog, come here. Come back here. Come back. And I pull Vroog a little bit away from the door. Say, there's people in there. They're going to ambush us.
I thought so.
We should
What do we
get everyone
do?
together. Get everyone together.
I tried. Perhaps you go grab them. I'll watch the door.
Good idea. Grimsby will run around and
Quietly.
collect the party together. Let them know that we're going to ambush the ambushers and move forward.
Absolutely.
Okay. What is Vroog's dexterity, please?
That would be 14.
That would be 14. Okay. As Grimsby moves away, the door bursts open. There are two figures in red and black cowls armed with shields and maces, and two figures behind them. You are caught in a segment of surprise in which the two in front swing their maces.
0 without magic.
Okay, let me see. The 15 probably doesn't hit you, but the 20 absolutely will. We'll just go ahead and dispense with that straight away. You are pranged for 4 points of damage. And they're yelling, "Infidel! Kill the infidels! We will!"
Oh! Avast!
All right. You all hear the great clash of weapon on steel behind you. So let me see here. Come on. Yes.
I have an answer, and I have the range for it. So
let's see. And the 15 absolutely does not hit you. So
Okay.
your surprise segment is ended. The rest of the group, you hear this call. So let's get declarations. Vrug, are you going to apply sword to problem?
Yeah, is this a situation where there's two guys who can attack me, or is there multiple more that can swarm around and?
When the door opens, it's a wide dungeon style door. You see two men in front and two men right behind that one. They're all in the red and black cowls with shield and mace, and they're trying to surge through. But only a couple can currently get you. So what is Vrug doing?
Yeah, I can hold two. I'll attack.
Okay. Mark, what about Grimsby? You've moved up to tell the party you heard noises, and the rest of the party hears noises.
Awesome. When the rest of the party goes to deal with the problem, I will be in the back to help, to cheer them along.
Okay. Sir Standard, what are you doing?
Sleep has a range of 40 feet, so I am going to cast Sleep.
Excellent. How about Marius?
If they stay awake, I'm going to cast Charm Person on one of them.
Okay, and Mobius, how about Duran?
Duran's moving in through the door to assist with these mace-wielding foes.
Okay. And yeah, these look like evil acolytes. So let's go ahead then and roll initiative. And I think we'd actually gotten all the way down to you, Mobius. So give us a D6 roll if you would, kind sir.
Oof. Nice.
It is a tie. Sleep is a single segment spell. It is going in this round. Maces are slow weapons comparatively, as are swords. However, a couple of other things are happening. Grimsby, behind you, you hear brains. And there are 3 zombies looming over you. 3 kind of hacked up, bashed up looking zombies. They're distressingly familiar looking.
I know these guys. How far away are they?
They're there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they shuffled back down the hall. And hey, don't worry about these guys. They never met a person they didn't bite. Okay, so Mark, what is Grimsby doing to deal with the zombies there? You're gonna go full Joseph Pilato and scream choke on them as you're torn apart, or what?
Probably. But he will try to, he's got his 2 daggers out. He'll try to like slash at their kneecaps or something.
Okay. Vrug, or no, wait, we're still, I was just getting his actions. Sleep 2, 3, 4.
Am I rolling 2d4 if they are between 1 and 2 hit dice?
That is correct.
Okay.
Sleep!
Yep. Not bad.
And Vrug, before you can strike, all 4 of them hit the deck.
Sweet.
You're welcome.
No sign of anybody behind them at first glance.
At first glance, you don't see anyone else in the room. It looks like a 10-foot alcove, and then a moderately larger room, at least 20 feet deep, and some feet to the left and right wide.
Yeah, can I go ahead and, instead of attacking, just plunge sword through hearts?
Yes, you may coup de grace them. Anyone else that wishes to engage in the slaying of these types, you may certainly do so.
Brug's so good at it.
Okay. Little toad sticker out. Shank, shank, shank. Dungeon Minister, welcome to the chat. How was Clericon? Or is that next week? I am sorry if that is next week, and I am. So anyway, you massacre the sleeping evil acolytes, and let me describe them thus as you dispatch these agents of evil, chaotic perversion. Sorry, channeling my best Frank Gorshin from Let That Be Your Last Battlefield. Yes, you have a question.
I just want to, if I can, impose myself between the zombies, and if I can start moving toward the zombies, that'd be great.
Yes, you can absolutely start moving towards the zombies because Dungeon Minister, drop me the link, please, in Discord, and I will put it up on the screen real quick. For those of you who are going to be in, is it Toronto? Is it Toronto, Ontario area? November 3 to 5th. Dungeon Minister's got a little soiree you might consider attending, and I highly recommend it. Okay, so let's roll initiative. This is just for Grimsby. Actually, you'll act before the zombies. So, yes, you can move up there.
Awesome.
You can absolutely move up there before the zombies can act.
Well, Grimsby, you won't fight and die alone.
Hoping not to die.
All right, so Mark, make your attacks. Sir Standard, you move up there to confront them. West of Toronto.
One has a +1.
All right, so that is a total of. Let's see. You're that's +1. Unfortunately, that is not going to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna share this up with you guys, and I want anyone and everyone who's gonna be in and around the Toronto area, west of there rather. Please check out Clericon. You absolutely love us some Dungeon Minister around these parts, and it is going to be highly worth your time. He is a man who loves old school D&D almost as much as I do. But anyway, I tease. Dungeon Minister's an awesome guy. Check out his channel on YouTube. Go to his convention. Guys, really, you can't miss. Okay, so you have missed the zombies, and the zombies are going to recompense. And I wish I could be there, by the way. So this is they are kind of single-minded, so these both are going on Grimsby.
We have sticks.
They miss. And that one misses Sir Standard. Well, if it, as you say, Mobius, is way up in the sticks, then I think you should come sail away to Clericon.
There's not many sticks in
Huh? What do you people know from funny? Okay, so he loves old school D&D almost as much as he. Oh, thank you, Dungeon Minister. You too, Padre. All right, so you miss the zombies. The zombies miss you. What is the rest of the party doing? You hear a cacophony and so on. Yes, Esoteric Order of Nerdery. We do nominally Gamma World on Friday, but for October, for Shocktober, it is Call of Cthulhu. we'll be back to Gamma World in the first week of November. So, rest of the party, Varug, what are you doing? You hear a sound of battle and cries of alarm back out in the hallway.
Yeah, and that was about maybe 50 feet back or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you kill the 4 in the doorway, and you can see a well-appointed, if Spartan chamber beyond.
Cleric, go help them or search the bodies. I'm going to take a look around the corner.
Okay. The dungeon door slams behind you. Mark, is Grimsby going to continue to try to instabulate them?
Yeah.
Right on. Sir Standard, you and your men-at-arms going to slash, stab?
Yes. One of my men-at-arms is going to kindly request healing from the priest when he arrives.
Okay. How about Marius? What is Marius doing?
I'm going to get away from the zombies. So
Okay.
Solid plan.
Move back down the slope.
yeah, I don't know if they're behind me or in front of me. I think they're close to me. So
They're in front of you. They are in front of you up the slope. So you can make a retrograde advance.
Yes.
As you wish. Party does not need to roll initiative. Zombies are slow. So, in the words of Bub, brains. Okay. Let's go ahead and see some attacks. Grimsby. White Mane. Welcome, my friend.
That one misses. The other one
Shriek.
misses worse.
All right. Men at Arms and Sir Standard.
All right, me, that'll hit.
That will hit.
And men at arms.
One of them hits.
Yep. All right. So me is D8. This is
and two of these.
9 points.
Two of these zombies are fairly damaged. So on a 1 or 2, you hit one of the undamaged ones. Hang on a second. Let's actually roll the number of dice that I wanted to. But on a 3 or 4, you hit one of the. You hit one of the fresh ones, but you damage it severely. It's kind of flopping around.
Well, there's one from the men at arms.
All right, so one from your man at arms, and let's see.
Can I finish one off? Can he finish one off?
Let's see. Yeah, we'll say he jabs through one of the worst injured of the other ones, and it collapses in a pile of disgustingness. And I'm sorry, Mobius, was Duran coming up to turn, or was he coming up to melee?
Yeah, he was going to turn these guys. Give them my...
okay.
Genuines.
Roll a d20 then.
Anybody else getting a crazy delay on these dice?
Yeah, I think it's just because they're moving 3D objects in real time across HTTPS. But yeah, in this particular case, the zombies ignore your god's power and continue to fight. So they will return. This one is going on Grimm's. And that is a miss. Oh, wait, what's Grimsby's armor class again?
-15. It's a 4. It's a 4.
It's a 4. It's me, Forio. That will actually hit you.
It hits me.
So it just leans over. Bop. It just kind of pinches you really hard as it's like just kind of sizing your head up for biting. I
was staying put and looking around the corner since I should have infravision capability.
Okay. So you're looking around the corner. Around the corner is in.
Yeah. So there's the door. And then right, and then we managed to dispatch those 4, and I wanted to move in and look around the corner to my right to see if there was anything further up there that we should be aware of. It sounded like an organized ambush.
There's nothing else in the room. There's nothing living in the room else that you can see.
I'll loot bodies.
Gotcha. I will come back to you on what you're finding on the bodies, but you are taking it all first. I mean, if it's like each one has 500 platinum pieces, and I'm saying that after this battle up at the end of the ramp has failed, you're still getting it first. So that's just so everybody is aware. All right. So, one leans over, bonk. hits the halfling on top of his head. And the other one lunges at Sir Standard. Oh, wow. Poof. Hits you for 3 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay. So, next round, are you guys going to continue to wail on these things?
Yep.
Okay. Do your wailing. There was a request. I'm sorry. I don't know if it got lost in crosstalk, which is the only reason I, as a DM, am giving this intervention. Mobius, Duran was requested to heal one of the men-at-arms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that instead.
Okay.
He's at 2, so if he gets hit by a zombie again, that's going to be it.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead.
I look over. I see him like holding his guts in. And I'm like, oh shit! You need some attention.
Help me.
Excuse me, sir, but do you know you're bleeding?
All right. So go ahead and make your attacks, and then at the end of that, Mobius, roll your curative. Neither one of those is going to hit Grimsby.
This is why Grimsby does not do melee attacks.
Okay, so that's 5 back for that man. Sir Standard, you and your man-at-arms who is not getting healed right now.
Absolutely. Nope.
No.
And
yes.
All right. So I look bad. Man-at-arms looks good. Does Man-at-arms finish one off?
Yes, there's one zombie remaining. I hate every ghoul I see, from zombie to zombie. And this one is trying to bop you. Sir Standard, I saw that 20 for a half second and was like, no. Okay, so it misses. Hopefully the final round of combat, everyone just dogpile on this guy, roll some dice.
Grimsby's staying out of it.
Grimsby's just like, ow, 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 ow. Leaning against the wall.
All right, I'll roll. Men-at-arms.
I see one hit there.
Yep.
Actually, as that goes, I mean, because you guys had done like just below their damage, that is enough to finish it off, and it collapses onto the floor. So let's go back to Vrug real quick, who's been ignored there. So in this chamber, so the acolytes wear rusty red robes with black cowls. They have chainmail and they have a mace. And the small bucklers, of course, they each wear an amulet with the inverted Y symbol on it. So
racking my brain to try to figure out what this Y is.
why? Why ask why? Each of them.
I'm gonna rip one of those off.
Cool.
Okay. Each one of them has 10 gold pieces.
Is that something you'll keep track of, Mark?
No, it's in your pocket. You keep track of it.
So that is a total of 40 gold pieces that you get from them.
Right.
The room itself has 4 hard pallets, a brazier, a table, 4 stools, a cabinet for clothing, a water pail, a waste bucket, and a flagon of wine, and 4 cups. And there's nothing of any notable value here. I have to answer this question. I'm sorry. James Seymour asked, do rust
Four
monsters...
cups, but only 2 dudes. Seems strange.
No, there were 4 dudes. Do rust monsters poop magic if they eat enchanted weapons? In 4th edition, they absolutely did. It was a mechanic in 4e that if you didn't like your magic weapon, you could feed it to a rust monster and get the magic poop out of them and have it made into a new magic weapon. I wish I were making that up. Don't ever come at me with my dislike of 4e is irrational. So moving right back to our game. So that is what you've got. And yes, each of them has this amulet that they have.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to take one of those for myself.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and throw it around my neck and tie it.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, you have that. The din of battle fades. What will you do, adventurers, in the 9 minutes we have remaining for tonight's show?
Move on. And
You've
ask
used a lot
Rug
of
if he
resources.
feels strange and tingly after you put that thing on.
You want to roll for those saves v fire?
Oh, right. So let's see. There were 10 skeletons. There were 8 zombies. Or was it a dozen skeletons? There were a dozen skeletons and 8 zombies.
Yep. Half
And
a
then
dozen
8
were
other
the only ones
zombies.
emulated, though. So
I'm sorry. What was that?
half a dozen were emulated, and then all the zombies were emulated. So
Okay.
so it's only 14 saves.
All right. So I will go in over here. I'm going to my secret dice roller.
What? Secret dice.
Yeah, I'm not rolling this on the screen.
Double secret.
Double secret probation. All right. And this is magic fire versus soft metal. Oh, Dice Maiden, you are utterly and completely useless. Let's try this with a much better die roller, shall we? Over in the Delver Discord. Let's see. I'll even do it in the show channel. It's active in the show channel, right, Doomsword?
I believe so.
What is the nomenclature? / roll or .roll?
It was exclamation mark roll.
There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 amulets save. The rest are melted to uselessness.
Hey, I now have 12 of those. Awesome.
There you go.
It's a collection.
What are they made of again?
Wood.
They're the amulets that the undead were wearing. It's
Yeah.
like bronze or tin.
Oh, okay.
Rube, did you take the other 3? You're wearing 1, but what about the other 3?
Doomsword, there was a question for you about the other amulets.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My headset cut out.
You're good. Did you take the other 3? Or did you just take the 1?
I just took the 1 and
Okay.
tied it around my neck.
All right, I'll take the other 3 for safekeeping. It'll bring my grand total up to 15. I wonder what they'll give me for 15.
Okay, the amulets that the acolytes had are of much better construction than the amulets around the undead. The amulets around the undead look like they were like just made en masse before whatever enchantment might have been given to them. The amulets that the acolytes are wearing look much better crafted.
I will label them as nice ones.
Fair enough. And I think unless anyone has anything pressing that they'd like to do right now, I think with the party standing in or near that chamber in the corner, that is where we're going to go ahead and pause for the evening. Anyone have anything that they really want to do tonight before we wrap?
I'll just reveal the 40 gold pieces to the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Marius doesn't need to do anything.
All right. Duran?
It's like, at least we got some loot out of this, and it wasn't all for naught.
And hey, plenty of experience points so far. So let me just say thank you, of course, Ricky, for the super chat, LHRPG, Venger, Jeremy Rule, Venger again, and Kool-Aid. It was very awesome of you guys to do that. I greatly appreciate it. And as for the rest of you folks, thank you everyone for sticking around tonight and watching. We will be back tomorrow night with another Let's Play of Kyle's Conflict RPG, and that's going to be oodles of fun to do. So we'll catch up with you then. And until then, guys, and remember, of course, on Thursday, Bob Antone will be here, and he can warn you in person to keep your eyes peeled for those owl bears. Peace. Good night. I love you all.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.